I'm Nancy Noticing, and we bring you back for a special conclusive prime time report to our news broadcast on Code Blue throughout the hospital. I'm here to tell you about a happy ending to our code on the surgical floor. Due to the expert noticing, interpreting, and use of Hughes scores, the nurses were able to notice the patient deteriorating and the team was able to treat the patient. Even though the code was called, the team was able to respond and treat the patient quickly and effectively, and CPR was not needed. After a 2-week hospital stay, the patient was discharged home.
Thank you, Nancy Noticing and Ivan Interpreting. I'm Ron Responding, here to fill you in on what happened in emergency. The healthcare team worked in a skillful and timely manner, using best practice, but were unfortunately unable to resuscitate the patient. The age and comorbidities, as well as the patient's injuries, played a detrimental role. The healthcare team did everything they could to help the patient.
Hello, this is Reba reflecting from the code in the community. Thanks to the help of the RN on the scene, the patient from the Around the Bay race will soon be running again. The nurse initiated care on the patient and allowed the race's medical team to take over when they arrived shortly after the runner collapsed. The nurse was not legally obligated to help her fellow runner, but professionally and moral obligations encourage nurses to help those in medical distress as they are covered by the Good Samaritan Act.
To conclude our broadcast, we want to share an important take-home message with you. Code blues are for the most part preventable, and good monitoring and assessment of your patient and noticing when they are deteriorating can go a long way in preventing codes.
Sometimes a code happens. When it does, knowing your role and working with the interprofessional team creates the best response and outcome for the patient possible.
Also remember that debriefing after every code is important for the patient care and for the nurse's well-being.
Thank you for tuning in and participating in our facilitation.